When did your in-laws realize you weren't just a housewife? My in-laws realized I wasn't just a housewife when the FBI showed up at their anniversary party to escort me to an emergency national security meeting. For 7 years, they thought I was a gold digger who trapped their precious son with pregnancy. They'd make comments about my easy life, how I contributed nothing, how their son deserved someone ambitious. They didn't know I worked for the NSA as a cryptanalyst because I literally couldn't tell them. Top secret clearance meant keeping my real job from everyone, including family. My cover story was simple. I worked from home doing freelance data entry. They assumed this meant I played on my computer while my husband Richard supported us. His mother Diane especially loved pointing out how other daughters-in-law were doctors, lawyers, real careers. Must be nice, she'd say, watching me at family dinners, having nothing to do all day. I'd smile and pass the potatoes while mentally solving encryption algorithms that protected national infrastructure. The anniversary party was at their country club. Diane had invited everyone to celebrate 40 years of marriage, but really to show off. She introduced me to her friends as Richard's wife. She's between jobs right now. I wasn't. I was actively preventing a cyber attack on the power grid. But sure, between jobs worked. During the toast, my phone buzzed. Emergency protocol. I excused myself to the bathroom, checked the message. Massive security breach. All hands needed immediately. I texted Richard our code word, migraine. He found me in the hallway. Now? Can't it wait? You know it can't. That's when 3 black SUVs pulled up. My handler, Agent Torres, stepped out with a full security detail. The entire party watched through the floor-to-ceiling windows as he approached me. Ma'am, we need you immediately. The situation has escalated. Diane's voice behind me. What situation? Who are these people? Torres looked at me. I nodded. The crisis was big enough that covers were being blown left and right anyway. Mrs. Patterson works for the United States government in a classified capacity. She's needed for a national security emergency. The silence was deafening. Diane's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Richard's father dropped his champagne glass. I have to go, I said, kissing Richard goodbye. Tell them what you can. Which is what? Diane shrieked. That my daughter-in-law is some sort of spy? Cryptanalyst, I corrected, heading to the SUV. I break codes, save infrastructure, prevent terrorism, freelance data entry. The crisis lasted 3 days. We prevented a major attack on the banking system that would have crippled the economy. My team received commendations. My photo ended up on the internal wall of honor. When I finally came home, exhausted, Diane was sitting in my living room. 7 years, she said quietly. 7 years I called you lazy, unambitious, a gold digger. Yes. Why didn't you tell me? Literally illegal. I could have been prosecuted for discussing my work. All those times you missed family events were usually because I was preventing something catastrophic. She started crying. I told everyone you weren't good enough for Richard. I said you were holding him back. I know. His salary, it's nothing compared to what you must make. It's not about the money, Diane. She pulled out her phone, showed me her Facebook. She'd made a post. Proud to announce my daughter-in-law has been secretly serving our country for years. I've been a fool. The comments were hilarious. Her country club friends were losing their minds. Someone wrote, the same woman you called a leech is a government agent? Richard's father called later. I owe you an apology. And also, can you explain what cryptocurrency actually is? Because after finding out about your real job, I figure you'd know. I'm still not allowed to discuss most of my work. But now when Diane introduces me at parties, she says, this is my daughter-in-law. She does something with computers that I'm not allowed to know about, but apparently, it keeps us all safe. Last week, she asked if I could hack her ex-friend's Facebook. I explained that's not what I do and also illegal. She winked and said, of course, but theoretically. Theoretically, Diane, change your passwords. They're all your birthday. The woman who once called me worthless now texts me every time she sees a news story about cyber attacks, asking if I was involved in stopping them. Usually I can't answer, but sometimes I just send a winky face emoji. She's framed the photo of me getting into that SUV. It sits on her mantle next to Richard's graduation photos. She tells everyone it's the moment she learned never to underestimate a housewife.